Hey folks, this week we're talking about note names. I know it's not a super exciting topic, but when you kind of get a grasp on these guys, there's a bunch of other really fun, exciting music theory conversations you can have. And I know not everybody's excited about music theory either, but I think it kind of gets a bad rap, right? Music theory is just a way to take all the sounds that you already have in your head and give them a name, right? I always think of music theory as like running through your brain with a label gun, being like, this is this, and this thing over here, it's called that. And then you have a way to talk about things that you have been aware of as a music listener and as a musician, and finally give them a proper name. So if you are somebody that's fairly comfy playing these notes but don't always know what their names are, just start this week with the A's. Play down here, first finger on the G is an A, open A is A, third finger on E is A, and kind of start there. The thing of it is that helps set the stage for a logical system, right? We could have given notes, musical notes, any kind of name, right? It's just sound waves. Nobody said it had to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This could have been, Bob, Fred, Ted, totally could have been the name of those notes. But there's no logical reason to know that Fred always comes after Bob in this system, right? But we know that if this is A, it's logical that this is B. And if this is A, this is B. The system's that way for a reason. It's that you know what should come next. There's an order to it. So why not embrace that order in memorizing your notes? So this week, just find those three A's. And then next week, you can add B. And hey, if you only do one note per week, you could have all the natural notes memorized by the end of the summer. Wouldn't that be cool? Or maybe you're totally okay with the notes on your fiddle, but less so on sheet music. If that's the case, I recommend a similar idea, is start with the A's. There's two ledger lines below, that space there, and the ledger line up top. So that is nice because, a lot of us were taught that face and every good boy does whatever. And that's a handy learning tool, but it kind of disguises the fact that this does go A, B, C, D, it does go alphabetically up and down the staff, whether it's lines or spaces, it's still A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? But maybe you're a little bit more locked into the feel of you're on a fiddle, there's open strings, and maybe that's the easier place for you to start, right? You could also go through and begin your memorization by going, okay, here's G, two ledger lines below, there's open D, there's A, there's open E. That can be another nice point to start at, because then when you go through, you go, okay, so then all of those first finger notes, my A and E and B, those guys are all the line above those spaces I just memorized. And then, I guess all the second finger notes, B and F and C and all those guys, that's the space that's not an open string. In all of these things, the point is to memorize one thing and then use that to set up the rest of it as a logical understanding rather than rote memorization. And it just makes it make a lot more sense and a lot easier to hold on to than a collection of random facts. So pick a system, pick a thing, either memorizing the notes on your instrument or on the staff, and see if you can get a little bit of a foothold in that this week. And we'll see you next week for more Fiddle Practice Friday. Bye!